Hello everybody, welcome back to the Little Shop of Hoarders and the PDX Picker channel. I'm Chris. We are going to pull some more orders that sold for me on eBay. Just talk about what's going on here in the reselling world for me. So things are definitely picking up, and that's looking good. So let's get into that intro song. We'll start pulling those orders.
Wanna buy that Farrah Fawcett poster? Pez dispensers and a toaster. Don't know why. That kind of stuff you throw away. I'll sell on eBay.
All right, well, I think I may have overcome my sabotage of my channel. I just don't know for certain, but sales are definitely picking up. And I'm starting to sell more and more of the items that I delisted and sold similar, relisted, so that's always good. Here's the first one. It's a lot of skeleton keys that I picked up at an estate sale. Don't remember exactly what I paid for them, but I think it was around $1 each. There's 7 total here. I don't know if there was a time when these were doing better, but not so much lately because I had them listed for a long time at I think $25, wasn't getting any traction. Delisted, sold similar, and listed them and sold them for $14.20 plus shipping. So still made a decent profit, but took a long time. Probably, I guess, because it was just overpriced. I am starting to feel under the weather. It's you know, that issue that happens all the time when the kids go back to school. They become germ factories, bring it home, and so right now everybody in the family's sick except for my wife. So I think that's because she has the immune system of a superhero. But anyway, this next item that sold, took a chance on this, and I think it's going to pay off. I bought a big bag of makeup from my favorite thrift store for $9.99. Most of it was Mary Kay. Some of it was Ulta. It was all new. This one eyeshadow sold right here. This is the Spun Silk color. Not sure how well that's going to focus, but just this one eyeshadow sold for $23.90, free shipping. So that will pay for the whole lot, and I probably got, I don't know, 30 or more other items listed. So should be a pretty decent flip on that one. My dog is barking at the people working on the house next door. Marvel, come here. Marvel, come here. Come on. Come here. Marvel-y, come here. Here she comes. There's the big pupper and the little pupper. Marvel. Say hi, Marvel. And the DC. Named after the comic book franchises. But they are apparently upset because somebody at the house next door is walking around. But they're making a lot of progress on it, that's for sure. Working on the deck in the back here. They got windows up, the roof on. Once they finish the deck, I'm assuming siding will come next. Then they can start working on the inside. Alright, so I lucked out on this next item. When I just stopped at this garage sale, had a ton of Christmas stuff, and nothing that was really that good. But they had this section in the front that looked like it was free, but I couldn't tell. They had all this HP toner. I asked her how much she wanted for it, and she said it was free because they no longer have a printer that can use it. So I went ahead and took it, and this is the first item that sold. It's this HP 305A black toner. That sold for $59.90, free shipping. So pretty good for a free item. I know I could have offered them some money, but she very clearly was happy to just get rid of it as is. Didn't need any money at all for it, so I took it off her hands. And it turned out to be a win-win on that one. This next item, I went to a garage sale also near me, here out in the country. They had a bunch of stuff that was really good. Would have loved to have bought probably 10 or 15 items on here, but they were way overpriced. I mean, they were asking $25 for used Ariat jeans, and it just wasn't a good, they were way overpriced. But I did find these These are some UGG Ansley slippers. I don't know if they've been worn much at all, but these were only $5 at the sale. So I picked those up and those sold very quickly, about right around a month, I guess, for $29.95 plus shipping. So I did want to give up on that sale. As soon as I saw some of those high prices, I almost just turned and walked away. But I spent a little bit more time there hunting around, and I did find that one good sale, which made it all worthwhile. Sold yet another pair of Vibram 5 Fingers. These ones sold for $40 plus shipping. And these were originally $3.99, or that's how much I paid for them. So crazy how much they underpriced these, but here they are right here. This is the V-Run model, and still good condition. Did originally list them for $45, but took an offer for $40 plus shipping on that one. So gosh, if I could just come into a supply of Vibram 5 Fingers every week, that would be amazing. Obviously not going to happen, but sure was excited for that. I have one other that's currently listed, 2 more I need to clean up. And once I clean those up, get those listed, hopefully get those sold by the next week or so. And I'll have made about, close to $250 off of about an $18 purchase. All right, there's this item that sold today, and then we have one more for today's poll. This is a Hunter XC irrigation controller. It is a 4-station, which is important. It's a number of different types of sprinkler, different zones you can hook up, and got this at my favorite thrift store for $7.99. The box is all messed up, but on the inside it is new. There you can see there's plastic on everything, so this is relatively old, but it's still sold for good money in a very short time, $34.95 plus shipping. There's this one section of the thrift store, and it's full of just so many random things. I can't even begin to describe them. A lot of it happens to be like Amazon Chinese branded junk, essentially. Just, those weird names that make no sense. They're not an English word. They're just a string of letters. They're just a set of letters strung together. There's a lot of that in that section, which is rarely, if ever, good. But every now and then they'll have things like this Hunter irrigation controller. I've bought brand new, really nice hairstyling products in that section, computer-related things. So it's one of my favorite sections to go through. Lots of times I don't find anything, but every now and then I find some real winners like that one. Speaking of real winners, this is not one. But I'm glad because I finally sold it. This is one of my oldest items that I have left. And it's not going to make anyone rich by selling it. At least it's gone. I'm going to have to set this down because I'm sure it's at the bottom of the box. Here it is right here. This is a Wasp action figure from the Ant-Man and Wasp franchise movie. I don't remember how much I paid for this, but it was hardly anything at all. Didn't have any of the accessories on it. It's actually from Avengers Endgame, and that sold for $2.99 plus shipping on that one. So that'll be it for today's video. Catch you tomorrow or whenever the next one is. So some of you may have heard the post office raised their rates. Well, maybe you didn't. I actually hadn't heard of it at all until I saw a video from Shed Flips where they talked about this topic, and I've encountered my first package that has run into the rate increase. It's this one right here. So this is a 12 by 6 by 6 package, and it weighs only 1 pound 2 ounces. Or 1 pound 2.3 ounces. So if you round down or round up, either way, it's the same rate, no matter what 2 or 3 ounces you put in there. But this is going to a rural area in Georgia. The specific zip code, without showing off the buyer's address, is 30513. And this package, I don't know, 99 times out of 100 will cost at the maximum around $9.35. But this particular one cost over $10. It was $10.23, something around that. So I haven't checked to see if that zip code is on the list of those affected by the rate increase. But for those of you that haven't heard, the U.S. Postal Service decided that certain rural zip codes will have their ground advantage, and maybe their priority, I don't know, but for sure their ground advantage rates will be going up on packages shipped there. And it's, in theory, they say it's only going to affect a very small portion of the population because it's only rural zip codes where there are just naturally fewer people. But so far, I think we're only a couple of days into this new price increase, and I've already come across my first instance. So keep that in mind for those of you that do flat rate shipping. You might want to bump up that rate of 50 cents or so, depending on the size of the package, just to account for some of those rural areas that might have an increased surcharge on the shipping costs. Or you might just want to eat it. It just depends on what your philosophy is on flat rate shipping. I'm just going to eat it because there's a lot of times where my flat rate will actually, I'll make a little bit of cushion on it, and sometimes I pay a little bit less. It is what it is, but first time that I've come across it, so I wanted to share that with you. Hey everyone, we are back for day 2, pulling some more orders. Have 8 more items that are going to go out. Not super great ones, but not too bad. The first is a couple of golf clubs that selling to the same buyer, a 3 and a 4 iron from Callaway. I picked these up relatively cheap, and as I've mentioned before, I am just happy to see them go out because it's about the end of golf season. Although, is it really? Because I keep selling golf clubs all of a sudden. I've sold, I think these are my 3rd and 4th ones in the last 2 weeks, maybe? Something like that. So, well, that's not good. Half of them just fell on the ground. All right. So these are 2 lefty Callaway titanium golf clubs. Picked them up at the Goodwill outlet for, you know, $1.50, probably $1.80 each. Looks like this right here. We got a 3 iron and a 4 iron. Sold that to the same buyer for basically $15 each, plus shipping on that one. So get those shipped out and on the way. This next one, I didn't know. I mean, it turned out okay. I don't have any experience with selling this. It looked cool. I looked up some things on, you know, tried to comp some of the things, but like I said, I don't know anything about this. Don't know if it works. Don't know how to test it. So I came across this lot of, just dropping stuff everywhere. Came across this lot of vintage scuba stuff. Here's what it looks like here. We got quite a few things in here. The most interesting, I think, to a lot of scuba divers is this regulator. Definitely needed a new mouthpiece because it's all yuck. But I don't know if it still works. There's some other things in here, some valves and gauges and stuff. Like I said, don't know how to test it. Probably, for all I know, it could all be bad. And so because of that, I just put it up on auction. It only sold for $10. So made a little bit of profit, but basically nothing. And that's okay. Hopefully the buyer will get some good usage out of it and we'll get a good deal. This next item that sold is much better. It is a tub of Yves Saint Laurent Opium perfumed body cream. Yves Saint Laurent. Kind of fun to say. Picked this up at an estate sale for $15. There's a teeny tiny bit in there, maybe like that much. And this is like a glass jar. The glass jar itself can sell for like 35 bucks sometimes. But that's over $75 plus shipping. So like I said, paid at 15 on that. At first I thought it was worth a couple $100, but it was because I didn't comp it out very good. I think that was those are the ones that were much more full than the one I ended up finding. So but that's okay. 15 into 75 is still a really good profit, I think. All right. This next item that's sold, I feel kind of silly about it, but you know, sometimes I have 800 and some items. I don't remember everything, but I sold this pair of Ariat fire-resistant jeans. And for those of you frequent watchers to the channel, first of all, thank you. But secondly, you might remember that I just sold one of those about a week ago. So, Ariat fire-resistant M3 loose, 3834. You can see there on the tag, 3834. I thought I had sold one of those about a week ago, and then when I went to pull the order, it was a 3634. The listing said 3834. So I ended up messaging the buyer saying, I made a goof. It's actually 3634, and they requested that I cancel it. Well, then I got an offer from the same buyer about 5 days later, on this pair. I sold that one. I did have 2 pairs of Ariat fire-resistant jeans. One was a 36-34 waist, the other was 38-34. I think they might have been a little bit different fit. But anyway, I wish I had just known off the top of my head that I had another pair of 38-34 that I could have replaced those with, the original one. But I'm glad he found my listing and still ended up buying them anyway. Must not be a lot of them out there, so he happened upon my listing twice. And I still have the 36-34 for sale. We've got, I think, 4 more items to pull. So this one I just listed recently, and a couple days ago. It didn't take long to sell at all. It's a nice vintage Pendleton button-up. That's a better view of it. Picked that up for $5 at a yard sale, and sold that really quickly for $29.95. Trying to find a good place to show this off. Here it is here. That's the tag on there, made in USA. I think that's from the 80s or 90s is when that tag time period is. So a couple of pinholes in it, but overall very good condition. I don't know who the heck is wearing those things. I guess you're wearing an undershirt under them or something. I don't know, but I hate wool. It is so scratchy. It is just not my cup of tea, that's for sure. But I'm glad other people like them because those do sell pretty well. This next item that's sold, I showed it off in a video a while ago, when I picked it up. Went to this sale. It was way far out of the way. Long drive to get there because I was trying to buy this. There's like an Elvira cutout that I was hoping to buy. By the time I got there, it had gone, and all the other things that I wanted were gone too. So rather than leave there empty-handed, I made the best out of the situation I could, and I bought these Yankee Candle votives. All of a harvest theme or autumn theme, autumn festival. I think there's several of those. There is a pumpkin pie and spice pumpkin. Picked those up for 50 cents each, so $3, and they sold for $14.95. So not a huge money maker by any stretch of the imagination, but at least, as I mentioned, made something out of it. Those do smell really good. It is getting to be fall. It's now the second day of fall. Still good weather here. I think we're getting in the upper 70s today. Super nice weekend of weather here as well. It was mid to upper 70s. Finished up our tree planting we put some edging around it, some plastic edging, and also did some some bark nuggets, they're called. A little bit larger chunks of bark than the bark dust, as it's called in this area. So I spent a long time well, maybe 3 or 4 hours doing all of that this weekend, getting that finished up. Looks really good, very happy with that one. But that smell of those candles reminds me that, of course, fall is right around the corner. The temperatures are going to drop, and fall is my new favorite time of the year. It used to be summer, but now it's so blasted hot that fall is the new winter. So hopefully we'll get at least a month of, 60s, somewhere in that temperature. That's ideal to me. All right, this next item. Pair of Orvis Tech shorts, cargo shorts. Got these for a nice price of, I think, $2 at, it was either $1 or $2, I can't remember. I think it was $2. It was $2 at a fundraiser garage sale, and those sold for $16.95 plus shipping. The Orvis Tech pants are really good sellers, and ideally not cargo, but still sell those for $17 plus shipping, even though cargo pants, cargo shorts, not as popular as they once were, that's for sure. Last item that sold today, finally sold my first Scentsy. So good news about this is this one sale will pay for everything else. Granted, I have only listed 6 of the 14 that I bought, but this is the Itsy Bitsy. It's a cute little spider. I like this one because it's got the warmer, and then you set the warmer down on these metal spider legs. The whole thing is cute, it's not scary, but anyway, I wanted to get that out for Halloween, and it sold for $24.95 plus shipping. I thought it was $29.95, so I'm not quite yet in the profit because I spent $28 on all of those Scentsys, so this will get me, 3/4 of the way there, and then everything else will be profit on top of that. But anyway, sales are okay. A lot of low dollar items here. The opium, the Yves Saint Laurent opium body cream being the big winner of the day at $75. But I don't know, September not doing too swell on the sales. I'm not certain if I'm even going to crack $3,000 this month, which will be quite a bummer because I've hit at least, I think, $3,200 on every other month for the year. So fingers crossed that we can end the month strong and crack that $3,000 barrier, because it would be really bad if I didn't hit that. And then last year, for whatever reason, I don't even remember why. I just remembered that it was horrible. My October of 2023 was awful. I think I only had $1,100 in sales or something terrible like that. So I hope I'm not trending in that direction where I'm going to have a real yucky October. But anyway, hopefully we can finish up September strong and keep that momentum going in October. Stick around, we shall see. Thanks so much for watching. Please like this video if you did, and subscribe to my channel if you want to catch more videos like this in the future. Good luck in all of your reselling ventures out there. We'll catch you on the next video. Until then, bye-bye.